In a quiet coastal town lived a man named Oliver Hayes, known to everyone as the Old Clockmaker. He owned a small shop filled with hundreds of ticking clocks, each marking time in its own rhythm. The sound of ticking filled the air, yet Oliver's life itself had grown silent. He spent his days fixing other people's clocks, but had forgotten what it felt like to truly live by his own. Years ago, he had dreams. He wanted to travel, to paint, to start something meaningful. But life, as it often does, got busy. Work, bills, responsibilities, and slowly he convinced himself that his time would come someday. But someday never came. His days turned into months, and months into years. One winter morning, a young boy named Liam walked into the shop. He held an old silver pocket watch, rusted and still. "It was my father's," the boy said softly. "It stopped working the day he died." Oliver carefully took the watch in his hands. The glass was cracked, the gears jammed. He worked slowly, patiently, like an artist lost in his craft. After a few quiet minutes, the watch began to tick again. The boy's eyes filled with tears. "You fixed it," he said. Oliver smiled faintly. "It wasn't broken," he replied. "It just forgot how to move." After Liam left, Oliver sat in silence. The words he had spoken echoed back to him. It just forgot how to move. He realized he wasn't talking about the watch anymore. He was talking about himself. That night, surrounded by the ticking of hundreds of clocks, he looked around his shop and felt something awaken inside. He had spent his whole life measuring other people's time, but had never measured what his own moments were worth. He understood that life isn't about waiting for the right time to come. It's about creating that time yourself. The next morning, he did something no one expected. He placed a handwritten sign on the door of his shop. It read, "Closed for repair, not of clocks, but of time." And for the first time in decades, he stepped outside without a plan. He boarded a train heading north toward the mountains he used to paint as a boy. Days turned into weeks. He traveled to places he had only read about. He painted again, not for money, but for peace. He wrote letters to people he had lost touch with. He learned that every sunrise is a beginning, and every moment is a chance to start again. Years later, Oliver returned to the same town. His shop was older, dustier, but still there. When he reopened it, people noticed something new about him, his calmness, his quiet joy. He no longer chased time, he moved with it. When people asked him what he had learned, he would simply smile and say, "Time isn't something you find. It's something you make. Every second is a seed. Plant it wisely, and one day it will grow into the life you dreamed of." He went back to fixing clocks, but this time he also fixed hearts. Because now he understood that every person, like every clock, has their own rhythm. And that rhythm begins the moment you stop waiting for time and start discovering it. Your time doesn't come when the world allows it. It begins the moment you decide to use what you have, where you are, with all your heart. Discover your time, because it's already ticking.